Hello and welcome. My name is Savannah. If you have not yet practiced with me, thank you so much for joining me. Today I will be guiding you through a class called Slide and Glide. This is the second class like this on my channel, so you can go back and check out the first one. But what this class is all about is sliding and doing something a little bit different in our yoga practice. We are not, as you can see, using our yoga mat today. You will instead need a blanket or a towel and 2 face cloths, so 2 smaller towels you can use for your hands and your feet to slide and glide on. We will be doing a variety of different movements to get out of our old routine, same old in our yoga practice, adding some variety, adding something a little bit different, adding some spice into the mix. If you enjoy this class, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel, if you give the video a thumbs up, and if you leave me a comment letting me know any of your thoughts, questions, suggestions for upcoming classes, anything like that. So you can pause this video if you need to grab your blanket, your towels, whatever you need. If you need to grab water, please do that. And then we'll just take a few moments to settle in, centering and grounding, connecting in with the breath before we begin to move and get right into things. If you would like to, you can sit on your blanket. Notice your breath, becoming aware of each breath in and each breath out, through the nose or through the mouth. Allow your mind and your body to arrive right here, right now. Open yourself up to all of the possibilities that exist around you each and every day. Keep your mind and your heart open and your body willing throughout this practice. If there is some kind of intention that you would like to set at the beginning of class, you can take this time to do that now. Choosing something that truly resonates with you and repeating it to yourself a few times. And then also coming back to that intention at any point during practice when your mind wanders off and when you become distracted and pulled away from class. Let's take one more breath right here. Good. Blink open the eyes if you had them closed. And we'll come into a tabletop position. And if the floor is too hard for your knees, we can bring the blanket underneath the knees. And then we'll bring 1 face cloth underneath the right hand. The other one can just be off to the side. Let's reach the right arm up, moving into a variation of thread the needle. So first the shoulders are over the wrists, hips are over the knees. The right arm will reach up, look up towards the right hand, bring it down onto the face cloth and slide it through underneath your body. Look over towards the right hand. Bring it back to center into tabletop. Reach the right arm up, bring it down, slide it through. Resting down on your right ear and right shoulder. Push yourself back up, tabletop. Right arm reaches up, right hand comes down, slide it under, rest on your right shoulder. Come back to tabletop. Right arm reaches up, right hand comes down. Let's continue. Slide it through, rest on your right shoulder and right ear. Come back to tabletop. Right arm lifts up high, look towards the right hand down to the face cloth, and then slide it through underneath your body. Rest on your right shoulder, right ear. Shoulder over top of your wrist, tabletop. Reach your right arm up, right hand comes down. One more just like this. Slide it under, slide it back in towards tabletop. Reach the right arm up, bring the right hand down. Let's switch sides. So now the left hand will have the face cloth, right hand is just on the ground. Your knees can be on the blanket if you like. We'll reach the left arm up, look up towards the left hand. Bring the hand down onto the towel, slide it underneath your body, rest on your left shoulder, left ear. Bring it back in, left shoulder over the wrist, tabletop. Reach the arm up, bring the hand down to the face cloth, slide it under, bring it back in, reach the arm up, look up towards the hand, bring it down, slide it under, rest on your left shoulder, left ear, hips over the knees, slide it back in, left arm reaches up high, left hand comes down, slide it under, slide it back in, reach the left arm up, bring the left hand down, slide it under, rest on your left shoulder, left ear, bring it back in. One more just like this, reach the left arm up, left hand goes down to the towel, slide it under, slide it back in, reach the left arm up, bring the left hand down. Have a seat onto your knees and take a couple of breaths here. Breathing in and out through the nose, perhaps allowing the eyes to close down. Good. From here, let's come into a tabletop position. I'm just going to bring my face cloths off to the side and I'm going to face the other way. Your feet will be on the blanket or your big towel, whatever you're using. And then coming into tabletop here. We won't be down on our knees like this for long, so it's okay that you don't have padding on them. Not to worry. Make sure your shoulders are stacked over your wrists and the hips are stacked over the knees. Fingers are spread nice and far apart. The toes will tuck under and you'll lift the knees up. You're in a hovering tabletop. Start to walk your hands forward as you slide the feet forward. Continue just like this, hands forward, feet forward. And then once you get towards the end of your space, slide the feet back as you walk the hands back. Continue walking the hands back, sliding the feet back. And then walk the hands forward, sliding the feet forward. Moving slowly and with control. And then as you get the hang of this movement, you can move faster if you like. Let's have a seat down into a kneeling position or cross-legged if you prefer, and take a few breaths here. In and out through the nose. Notice how your body is feeling so far in our practice. Good, let's continue just like that. A few more times, moving across our space, forward and back in our hovering tabletop. Toes tuck under, lift the knees up, walk your hands forward, knees come forward, sliding the feet. Walking one hand forward at a time and sliding the feet forward. And then bringing the hands back as the feet slide back. Make sure that your core is engaged. If you're not moving as quickly as me, that is fine. Move at your own pace. And if you're moving faster than me, that is okay too. Let's do one more forward and back. Good. Have a seat, whatever comfortable seat you like. Take a couple of breaths here. Notice if your heart rate has sped up. Notice if your breath has become a little bit more shallow. And can you deepen into your breath once again? Good. From here, bringing both face cloths underneath your hands, one underneath one hand, the other underneath the other. And your blanket is underneath your knees, so you have some support there. Tabletop position, shoulders over the wrists, hips over top of the knees. From here, let's reach the right arm out in front, lowering the chest a little bit down towards the ground. Bring it back in. Left arm extends out in front, back in. Continue just like this. Move slowly and with control. Allow the arm that is not moving to stay hugging in towards the side of your body. So when the left arm slides out, the right elbow will stay hugging in towards the side of the body. Let's now start to bring the hands far out in front, shoulders over the wrist, knees down on the ground, so you're more in like a modified plank. From here, slide the right arm forward, maybe lower your chest down. Left arm forward, maybe bringing the chest down towards the ground. If you are comfortable staying in tabletop and just working like this, stay there. But if you would like more of a challenge, you'll come forward into modified plank, shoulders over the wrists, and the knees are still down on the blanket. Reaching the right arm out, lowering the chest down towards the ground, switching from side to side, moving slowly and with control. Let's do one more on each side. Good. Have a seat. Take 2 breaths here. Allow the upper body to relax and recover for a moment. Connect back in with your breath. Okay, we're going to bring the face cloths off to the side. We'll just be using the blanket or the large towel. Bringing the feet onto the blanket, so the knees will just be on the ground here. Fingers are spread nice and far apart, shoulders over wrists, hips over the knees, tabletop. Toes tuck under, lift the knees up, and slide the knees in towards your wrists, and then back out into hovering tabletop. Slide the knees in towards the wrists and back out. We'll do about 10 of these. One more and then we'll be halfway. If you're moving slower or faster than me, that's okay. We're just moving from tabletop in that hovering position and then bringing the knees in towards the wrists. Let's do one more. Good, set the knees down, come to a seat, take one big breath here before we move on. Okay, from here we're gonna come into forearm plank, bringing your blanket or your large towel out in front, and that's what our forearms will come down on. And then our face cloths will be for each of our feet. So you can bring those behind the blanket, coming into forearm plank with the forearms and the elbows on the blanket, the feet on the face cloths, setting up here. And then when you're ready, you're going to slide the feet forward, shifting the weight forward, slide the feet back. Just rock forward and back. Let's do 3 more. 2, 1. Good. Come to a seat, whatever seat you would like. Take one big breath, and then we'll try that again. Come back into forearm plank. Forearms on the blanket or the large towel. Feet on the face cloths. Rocking the weight forward and then back. Making sure that you are able to stay in control throughout this entire range of motion of the movement. So if you have to keep it to a smaller movement, you can do that for sure. Good. From here, we'll take the blanket, the towel off to the side. Make sure it is pretty far out of the way. So back towards the back of your space. And the face cloths will come out in front. Come onto your belly, face cloths underneath each of the hands, arms out overhead. Forehead comes down towards the ground. From here, we'll sweep the arms back towards the hips as we lift the chest up. Engage your glutes, engage your hamstrings a little bit as well. Keep the chest lifted. And then lower down as you sweep your arms back overhead. Continue just like this. Arms go out towards the hips. Lift the chest up. Engage the entire back body. Arms go out overhead. Forehead comes down. Arms go out to the side and towards the hips. Lift the chest up. Engage the back body. Arms go out to the side, lower the forehead down, arms up overhead. Continue just like this, moving at your own pace. Notice where you are feeling this movement in your own body. When you lift your chest up and as the arms come back towards the hips, see if you can really engage the middle back. Maybe the lower back as well a little bit. Feel the glutes and the hamstrings engage. Feel the space in between your shoulder blades also engage. We'll do one more from here. So with the arms overhead, press into the hands, down into the ground. Arms go out to the side and back towards the hips. Lift the chest up nice and high. Arms go back out to the side. Overhead, forehead comes down to the ground. Good. From here, we'll come into a tabletop position. We'll use one of the face cloths so the other one can go off to the side. We'll place the right foot on the face cloth. Come into a plank position. From here, the left foot will step in between the hands. Reach the left arm up. Look up towards your left hand, coming into your twist. From here, we'll slide the right foot forward towards the left foot and then back towards the back of the space. Forward. Keep looking up towards your left hand if you can. Otherwise, you can look wherever you like. Let's do this one more time. And then slide it in. This time we'll hold it for a few breaths. Sink the hips down towards the right heel a little bit. Good, extend the right leg. Left hand comes down. Step the left foot back, switching sides. So the left foot comes onto the face cloth. Right foot steps in. Between the hands, right arm reaches up, look towards the right hand. From here, we'll slide the left foot forward towards the right foot, and then back towards the back of the room. Forward, and then back. We'll do this about 5 times. You can keep your gaze wherever you like it, maybe up towards the right hand. And then on this one, we're going to hold the foot in towards the right foot for a few breaths. Good, extend the leg back. Bring the right hand down, step back to plank. Lower your knees down. Come to a seat and just take a couple of breaths here. Breathing in and out. Just a reminder that you can take water whenever you would like it. Knowing that this is your practice. So just make sure that you make it work well for you and how you are feeling today. Okay, from here, let's take the feet onto the face cloths, and we're going to move back into that hovering tabletop, walking forward and back, using whatever space you have. So feet come on the face cloths, tabletop position, tuck the toes under, knees lift up, and walk the hands forward, feet slide forward. Hands walk forward, feet slide forward, hands walk back. Once you've reached the end of your space, and feet slide back. Continuing to move forward and backward at whatever pace works well for you. Good, set your knees down, releasing from that movement. Hands come onto the lap. Take one big breath here. Okay, we're gonna grab our blanket or our bigger towel, and I'm gonna turn to face you for this one. We'll use one of our face cloths. The left knee will come on the blanket. Right foot will come on the face cloth. Right leg will be extended out long. And then the left leg is bent. Hands on your hips or hands together at heart center. Let's stay right here for just a little bit longer. Think of hugging your inner thighs and your legs towards one another. Okay, from here, let's slide the right leg out. So the right foot on the face cloth, slide it out just to your range of motion, and then slide it back in. Move slowly and with control. So the further that you slide the leg out, the more work you're going to have to do to bring it back in. Try to keep your shoulders stacked. pretty directly over the hips. And notice where you are feeling this movement in your body right now. Let's do 2 more. Last one right here. Slide it in, and then we'll switch sides. So bring the blanket towards the right side, and then the right knee will come on the blanket, left foot will come on the face cloth, left leg is extended long, right leg is bent. Hands can be however you like them, on the hips or at heart center. Let's just center in right here for a little bit before we begin the movement. Okay, from here we'll slide the left leg out, going to your range of motion. So if you stop here, that's good. If you keep going a little bit more, that's good as well. Just remember that you have to slide your way back into center. Stay in control throughout this entire range of motion. We'll do about 10 of these, so we have 6 more. And if you're at a different pace than me, if you're moving faster or slower, that's completely fine, not to worry. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Good. Come to a kneeling seat. Take one big breath before we move on. Okay, from here, we're gonna go back to that movement we did at the beginning of class, our variation of thread the needle. So tabletop position with your knees on the blanket. Let's bring the right hand on top of the face cloth. Reach the right arm up. Look towards the right hand. Bring it down to the face cloth. Slide it through. Rest on your right ear and right shoulder. Slide it back in. Reach the arm up. Bring it back down to the towel. Slide it under, resting down on the shoulder. Slide it back in. Reach the arm up. Continue just like this. Move at your own pace. Keep the hips stacked over top of the knees. And find your flow and just start to get into it. We'll do one more here. Slide the right arm back in. Reach the right arm up. Bring the right hand down. Let's switch sides. Left hand will be on the face cloth. Reach the left arm up. Look towards the left hand. Bring it down to the face cloth. Slide it through. Rest on your left shoulder, left ear. Slide it back to center. Left arm reaches up. Left hand comes down. Slide it through underneath your body. Hips stay high. Slide it back to center. Left arm reaches up. Left hand comes down. Slide it through. Rest on your left shoulder, left ear. Come back to center. Left arm lifts up. Look towards the left hand. Bring it back down to the towel. Continue just like this. Keep your breath flowing easily and effortlessly as you move through this. One more right here. When you come back to center, lift the left arm up, bring it down. From here, place the blanket off to the side and one of your face cloths off to the side as well, out of the way. And come on down onto your right side. The right arm will be extended out long. Right hand will be on the face cloth. The knees can be bent in towards you if you like. And left hand comes on the left hip. Let's start to slide the right hand in towards the right shoulder, in towards the hip, as we lift the chest up. Lifting yourself up, lowering back down. So if you're unable to do that, you can try to bend your knees more. You can also put your left hand down, pressing into your left hand as well for some assistance. Another option is to just keep trying to press the right hand down into the ground and just using that isometric contraction, it's called. And you will still be working, you will still be feeling it. If you need to place that blanket underneath your body, for your right hip especially, you can do that. As always, making sure that you go at your own pace, finding a rhythm that works well for you. Let's do one more here. Bring yourself back down. Rest your head onto your right arm. Left arm can be wherever you like it. Just stay here for a few breaths. Okay, let's move on to the other side now. So placing the face cloth to the other side, lying down onto your left side. Left hand will be on the face cloth. Right hand can be wherever you like it. The knees can be as bent as you like them. Press down into the left hand, into the ground, dragging it towards the hips as you lift yourself up. If this feels like too much of a challenge for you, you can bend your knees a little bit more. Maybe you also place the right hand down on the ground, press into it as well for some assistance. And another option is to just keep pressing the left hand down into the ground, and you will still be working here. That is called an isometric contraction, where you are not actually moving, but your muscles are still working hard for you. We'll do 4 more. Last 2. Bring yourself up and lower it back down. Bring your head to rest down onto your left arm. Right hand can be wherever you like it. Knees can be bent. Stay here for a few breaths. One more breath. Good. From here, come up. Come into a tabletop position. Placing the hands on your face cloths and the knees on your blanket. Coming back into tabletop, and we'll reach the right arm out. So we did this earlier in class. Bring it back into center. Left arm reaches out, back into center. Hips stack over the knees. Shoulders are stacked over the wrists in your tabletop. And then you extend one arm forward, dipping your chest down. Bring it back in and switch sides. We'll do one more on each side from here. Good. From here, bring the blanket out in front of you now. So the forearms will come on the blanket and your feet will come on the face cloths. So taking a moment to get that set up, getting into position, legs extend back, coming into forearm plank. Let's take the left leg out to the left side, maybe towards the top of your space, towards your elbow, but the leg is still straight. Bring it back in line with the right leg. Right leg goes out to the side, right side. Bring it back, forearm plank. Left leg sweeps out, right leg sweeps out. Left leg, right leg. We'll do one more on each side. Good. Set the knees down. Come up to stand. Take your face cloths off to the side. Stand on your blanket or your towel. Reach your arms up. Fold down over your legs. Plant your hands down to the ground. Press into your hands to slide the blanket back towards the back of the room. From here, start to slide the blanket back in towards your hands, using the strength of your core. Bring your hands onto your shins, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Bring your hands together at heart center, come all the way up to stand. Fold right back down over your legs, hands plant down. Slide your feet back towards the back of the room. Slide the feet in towards the hands. Hands on the shins, halfway lift. Hands at heart center, come up to stand. Lower down into your forward fold over the legs. Press the hands down into the ground, slide the feet back. Slide the feet into the hands. Hands come to the shins, lengthen out through the spine. Hands to heart center, come up to stand. Lower down into your forward fold over the legs. Press into the hands, slide your way back. Hold right here for one big breath. Lower the knees down, come down onto your back as we prepare for a variation of bridge pose. We'll be using our face cloths. One foot will be going on top of each face cloth. So face cloths underneath the feet, arms long alongside your body, knees are bent towards the ceiling, soles of the feet plant down. Stay right here, lying on your back with the knees bent for a few breaths. Okay, from here, press down into your feet, lift your hips up. Engage your hamstrings and your glutes. Slide the right leg out long. Your foot is on the face cloth. Extend the right leg. Slide it back in. Keep the hips lifted. Slide the right leg out. Slide it back in. Continue just like this. We'll do 3 more. So you'll be on the heel of the right foot. 1 more. Bring the right foot in, lift the hips up higher, lower the hips down. Take a big breath here before you do that on the other side. Lift the hips up as you press down into the feet. Engage your glutes and your hamstrings. Press down into the left foot, slide the left foot out, coming onto the heel of the foot, slide it back in. We'll do about 5 of these. The right knee is stacked over the right ankle. The hips are lifted up nice and high. And the upper body is relaxed as the lower body is working hard for you. Slide the leg back in, lift the hips up higher, lower down. From here, bring the soles of your feet together, knees out wide, coming into Baddha Konasana. Bound angle, lying down on our backs. You can place your hands on your belly, or 1 hand on your belly, 1 hand on your chest if you like. Or maybe arms out wide to the sides into a T. Gently bring your knees back in towards one another. And from here, press up into a seat. You can use your blanket or your large towel to come down onto your back for Shavasana. Or if you would rather, you can take Shavasana in a seated position, cross-legged or kneeling. Just making sure that you take the time to get comfortable and settled in so that you can completely enjoy and appreciate your Shavasana. If you're coming down onto your back, take up lots of space, allow the feet to go towards the top 2 corners of your towel or blanket. Allow every part of your body to soften. Close your eyes if that feels okay for you. Otherwise, you can keep them open. Make any movements, any adjustments that you need to make in order to allow yourself to be fully here, right now, at the end of your practice. Be here with your breath. Be here for yourself. Allow your body and your mind to be together. Drop everything else, whether it is something you are thinking of during class that went a certain way, a certain expectation you had, maybe something you have to do later today or tomorrow. Drop anything that is pulling you away and come right back to this moment in time. Come back to your body lying down on your mat or in a seated position. Come back to your breath. Come back to how it feels to inhale and exhale. To fully take in each breath, to let it all go as you exhale. Give your body this time to rest. Perhaps you allow your breathing to become a little bit deeper. Perhaps you feel that your body is becoming a little bit heavier onto the ground. Sensing into where you may be holding on to some residual tension or stress or stiffness or soreness. And can you allow those parts of your body to soften? And can you send those parts of your body some compassion and some love and care and attention? Notice how your mind is feeling, and notice how your body is feeling. Notice how you are feeling overall. Please stay in your Shavasana, in your resting pose, for as long as you would like. Coming out of it only when you feel ready. Thank you so very much for sharing your practice with me today. If you enjoyed this practice, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel, if you hit the thumbs up button, if you share this class with friends or family, and if you leave me a comment. Thank you so very much for supporting me in this way. I really do appreciate it. The light and love in me sees and recognizes the light and love in you. Namaste.